Have anything going on in your life aside from lack of transportation?
I mean,
Are you the same Jessica Marillo who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 4331W for the offense of bribery on May 1st, 2019 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jessica Marillo. They didn't there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January through December of 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
State?
Your Honor, we'll go ahead and raise the other.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
We're requesting that you continue her with an extension, Your Honor, and I'd like to call her as a witness at the appropriate time.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jessica Marillo.
All right, defense?
Jessica, I'm going to ask you some questions. Make sure you answer everything truthfully and directly to the point.
Yes,
You did not report to probation in excess of 2 years, correct? What was going on?
I didn't have transportation
Okay.
at the time.
When did you discover you didn't have transportation?
Um,
Early on?
Yes, at the beginning of
Okay.
the year. Yes.
Where were you
All right,
living?
So let me stop you right there. Here's the thing. Court reporter has to take down everything that's being said. You're
Okay.
mumbling. I know she can't hear, or she's straining to hear. I can't hear you because my allergies are acting up today.
Okay, so,
So you need to keep your voice up so everybody can hear.
yes, Judge.
Yes, talk quite loud to almost to where you think you're shouting.
Yes,
Were you
sir.
living here in San Antonio?
No,
Where were you living?
in Floresville?
Okay. And does the Via bus go out to Floresville?
No, it doesn't.
And were you reporting in San Antonio or were you supposed to report in San Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Did you have contact with your probation officer?
No, I didn't.
Were you aware that you could have asked for your probation to be transferred to Floresville?
I wasn't.
You said you never had contact with your probation officer?
I did, I reported 2 times, I believe. It was 2 times, and then I stopped.
And did you know how to reach your probation officer by telephone or email?
I did.
And did you contact him by telephone or email?
I did not.
Did you have anything going on in your life aside from lack of transportation?
I mean, I was not living at home,
Where were you living?
just on the streets.
You were homeless at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Living on the streets of Floresville?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
With all due respect, Jessica, were you on drugs at the time?
At the time I was.
Okay. You're sober now?
I'm sober. I've been sober for 1.5 years.
Very good. You would like the judge to continue you on probation, even if it means you start in the 5 years all over again. Is that right?
That's correct.
You understand, frankly, there's no excuse for not reporting, right?
No excuses. If I get this second chance, no excuses. I will even be outpatient.
Do you live in San Antonio now?
I live in Floresville.
You're
But
still
I
in
have
Florida?
transportation now.
You do?
Yes, I do.
And now you're also aware you could request a transfer to Wilton County, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. How long have you been in jail up to now?
Going on a month and on the 26th, I'll be up.
Okay. Do you think you've learned your lesson?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I can't do this.
You understand that in the event the judge continues you on probation, you're probably on your last chance. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that There might be conditions that you have to abide by that frankly aren't a whole lot of fun and might be a pain.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with whatever.
I'll pass the witness.
This is your third motion to revoke, is that correct?
Excuse me?
This is your third motion to revoke your probation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, no further questions, John.
All right, so you've been here previously before for not reporting. So if you didn't understand the first time to call probation if you're having issues, most definitely when you were here before for failure to report, you would have understood that. You have not been on probation in this court. And let me explain why. The reason why I say that is because you have done nothing. What have you done on probation? What condition have you completed on probation? All right. And then the last time you were here before me, and it was me because this is my writing, I recognize it.
Yes.
It was a violation of condition number 5, which is not reporting. I denied the motion. And the prosecutor, it wasn't this prosecutor, but another prosecutor asked for 0 tolerance. And I told people, I really don't do 0 tolerance. You just need to do what you're being asked to do. But they said, no, judge, please, 0 tolerance. And I wrote down 0 tolerance. You were to do a UA by 11:30 a.m. on January 12th, 2021. There was to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice, and they were going to patch you. And then you just disappeared. And we haven't seen you since. So there's no reason for me not to grant the motion. You don't want to do probation. You want to do your own thing. So I'm going to grant the motion to revoke. I'm going to sentence you to the 5 years in prison. I'm going to give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. And I'll order the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but hopefully it will help you with whatever drug issues you may have. I can't force them to place you in the therapeutic community, but you can ask them and they'll see that I've requested it. And so that will probably be your best bet to help you because you obviously have a major drug problem, but I can't help people who don't want to be helped. Did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, you have a limited right. Thank you. You have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on probation. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. How many children do you have?
1.
All right. So here's the thing. The last time you use, maybe the last time you use, do not put your child or your family members in a situation where they have to identify the body of somebody who's in a field and they say, well, we think it's your mom. And then you know what will end up happening? They will have to identify your body and say, yes, that's our mom. Don't do that. When you get out of prison, if you can't find a place to help you with your drug problem or to stay on track, if I'm here, you can always come back to here and I will direct you to a place that is free. I will pick up the phone, personally call them so you can get there. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
What we've just witnessed inside this Texas courtroom was more than a legal hearing. It was the unraveling of a second chance. Robin Huerta Hernandez walked in already carrying the weight of past struggles, addiction, broken relationships, mental health battles, and the loss of her children. She had been granted probation, a lifeline meant to keep her out of prison if she could follow the rules. But as this hearing unfolded, that lifeline began to fray. Probation is never a free pass. It's a contract between the defendant and the court. You agree to strict conditions and in exchange you avoid serving time behind bars. But when those conditions are broken, the court can step in with full authority. In Robin's case, the violation was clear. For months, April, May, June, July, August, and September, she failed to report to her supervision officer. And when the state laid out that violation, Robin had only one answer: true. That single word set the tone for everything that followed. By pleading true, she admitted to breaking the agreement, and the judge reminded her in no uncertain terms what was at stake: up to 10 years in prison, a $10,000 fine. The courtroom became tense as the reality of those consequences sank in. But this wasn't just about rules on paper. It was about the messy human story behind them. Her defense painted a picture of a woman caught between personal demons and a desperate desire to change. They argued that Robin wasn't ignoring probation out of disrespect, but because life had overwhelmed her. Homelessness, abusive relationships, mental health diagnoses of bipolar disorder and depression. These were the reasons she lost her footing. Her attorney urged the court to see her progress: daily NA meetings, compliance with GPS monitoring, and new stability through her fiancé's support. The prosecution, however, wasn't convinced. They argued that Robin needed a stricter program, not leniency. To them, outpatient treatment wasn't enough. They pushed for CFAP, a more structured environment that could force accountability where her past choices had failed. It was the classic tug-of-war in justice: compassion versus consequences. For a moment, it seemed like Robin might sway the court. She insisted she was changing, that she had family support, that she was determined to stay clean. But then came the pivotal moment, the drug test. She had promised a negative result, but the truth told another story. And in that instant, her credibility collapsed. The judge had heard her words, but the evidence spoke louder. That's when the tone shifted. The defense's narrative of recovery and resilience crumbled under the weight of a failed test. The judge no longer saw someone climbing out of addiction. He saw someone who had already fallen back. And with that, the ruling was handed down: 3 years in prison. It wasn't the maximum sentence. The judge could have imposed 10 years. But 3 years was still devastating, especially for someone who had been pleading for another chance at freedom. For Robin, it was a harsh reminder that in the justice system, broken trust carries heavy consequences. This case leaves us with a tough question. Did the court make the right call? Should Robin have been given another shot with outpatient treatment, or had her repeated failures and dishonesty left the judge with no other choice? It's a dilemma that courts face every day, balancing compassion for human struggles with the responsibility to uphold the law. The lesson here is clear. Probation is not just a chance, it's a test. And honesty is everything. The judge's final words drive the point home. In this court, with regards to drug use, honesty is always the best policy. So now I'll turn it over to you. If you were in the judge's position, what would you have done? Would you have leaned toward mercy and treatment, or stood firm with a prison sentence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if this case gripped you as much as it did us, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with others who follow real courtroom moments, and subscribe for more breakdowns of cases where justice, law, and human struggle collide. Because behind every gavel strike is not just a legal decision, it's a human story. And every verdict tells us something about where the line between mercy and accountability is drawn.